from the UK, joining from Maryland, just text in the chat and let me know where you're joining from. Okay, joining from Nigeria, from the UK, good, very good. I'm happy to have you all on the call. Okay, from Ireland, good. Thank you for joining. Thank you so much. I'm happy that you're on the call, and this session is actually a very special one because this is our first edition of the Amdari Alumni Fireside Chat, right? And I'm really happy to host this conversation. I'm sure we're meeting for the first time. My name is Angel, and I work as a growth associate here at Amdari, right? And I'll be guiding us through this conversation today. And the idea behind the session is very simple, right? A lot of people hear about internships, work experience programs, and career progressions as well. But what they really, really want to know is what actually happens after you take that internship step. What does the journey look like? And that's what the conversation is about today, right? Because the person joining me today that you'll be hearing directly from is somebody that was also at some point exactly where the bulk of us were, right, and are right now, right? She is someone that decided to take that leap of faith and join the Amdari internship program, gain real experience, and then go out into the job markets and apply that experience. But the best part is it actually worked for her, right? She went to the program, she built her confidence, her skill set, she strengthened her professional positioning, and she was able to secure a role after the entire process, right? So today we're not speaking just about the internship. We're speaking primarily about her experience, right? We are going to be hearing from her firsthand how that decision changed her career and, how it affected her trajectory generally. So before we dive into the conversation, let me give you a bit of context, right, for anyone joining us for the first time. One of the biggest gaps and one of the biggest challenges professionals face today is what I like to call the experience gap, right? A lot of people take courses, they gain certifications, they build knowledge, right? But when they start applying for jobs, they quickly realize something, and they realize that recruiters always ask for something else, right? They always want proof that you've worked in a real environment, solved real problems and operated within a real system, right? And that's the gap Amdari exists to solve primarily. At Amdari, we focus on helping professionals gain structured real-world experience through supervised internships where you get to work on real projects, collaborate in teams, build your portfolio, and develop the kind of professional reference and proof that employers actually trust, right? So this fireside chat, like I said, first of its kind, is really about showing you what the journey looks like through somebody that has actually lived it, right? And I'm going to introduce our guest in a few minutes, right? But I'm not alone on this call. I have my colleagues with me on the call as well, some from Amdari and other people that I believe are in the session. But I'd like to confirm if Sikeade is on this call. If you are, please give me a thumbs up, or at least you can unmute your mic to speak. So I'm sure that, you're here. Sikeade on the call, please.
So I don't think she is. Let me reach out to her.
All right, that's fine. Thank you so much. So while we wait for Sikeade, and if you're just joining, you've not missed out on a lot. I mean, I shared how this is the first of its kind and how this is pretty much a fireside chat, like you see on the description of the call, a fireside chat from, our alumni. And it will be happening week on week, right? Where you get to hear them speak about their experience, good, bad, ugly, from the internship program, the raw facts from their lived experience, how they were able to get a job if they already have one, and all of the nuggets that they will be sharing with you that you can possibly apply in your own job search as well. That's if you're not already gotten a job, right? And that's what we're going to be speaking about today. Then I also spoke about, Amdari, and I'd just like to reiterate that briefly. I mentioned how, there's an experience gap in the market right now, and how a lot of people take courses, get certificates, improve the theoretical part of the knowledge bank they have without actually applying themselves or throwing themselves into the deep because they do not have experience, right? And then when they start applying for jobs, the truth is they always realize recruiters ask them for experience. Now, how do they get that experience if they don't have a job? That's the problem Amdari solves, right? And I also shared what exactly we do, and I said that we help professionals gain structured real world experience through our internships, where you work on real projects, you work with teammates, team leads, you build your portfolio, you get prepared for interviews, you develop the kind of professional reference and proof that employers are actually looking for and the ones that they actually trust, right? So, like I mentioned, this chat is all about that journey, right? Hearing it directly from somebody that has lived it. And I'm going to ask again if Shike is on this call. Yes, I see her. Hi, Shike, can you hear me? Hello, Shike. If you can hear me, please give me a thumbs up, or you can unmute your mic and say hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Welcome, welcome,
Thank you
welcome.
very much.
Right. So let me quickly introduce Shike. Her name is Sikeade Yiga Ogude, and she's one of our alumni at Amdari. She went through the internship program, you know, gained hands-on experience by working on multiple projects. She was able to build her professional positioning with us, and then she stepped into the job market with a much stronger profile, right, from her experience at Amdari. And tonight she's going to be walking us through that journey, right? She's going to be sharing with us how life and work was like before the internship, how her applications were before the internship. She's going to also share with us what changed during the internship experience and how that experience in itself translated into job opportunities for her, right? And please pay attention from start to finish, because I promise you there's going to be a lot of nuggets that you can pick up and apply in your own life. So, hi, Sikeade. It's really nice to have you with us today.
Thank you. My pleasure. Good evening, everyone. It's really nice to be here joining people like me. Let me put it like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Well, it was a very beautiful journey being a part of Amdari. I think I've been with Amdari for a year, yes, a year.
Mhm.
And initially, I started with GRC. And okay, maybe prior that, just a little background story. I was handling cybersecurity analyst from my previous job. I was a network engineer, fiber optics. In course of that, I developed interest in cybersecurity, and I switched role internally. And then from there on, there was just this press for 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 improvement, and that got me into running a postgraduate studies in cybersecurity and forensic information technology. And then from there on, I came to Amdari for a work experience. And at that point in time, I was trying to figure out a whole lot of things in terms of cybersecurity and the aspect that would work best for me. And I was also trying to align with my prior experience of networking. So at the initial point, I wasn't too sure. So I started with some GRC. Quite a lot of things were handled there. And in terms of risk assessment, auditing, I remember phishing. phishing. Quite a lot of things were handled in the GRC. And then from there on, I joined the security operations. That was quite very extensive a program, I must say. And I think that aligned more with my previous experience. Do you get? So I felt, okay, I was in the right place doing that. And the biggest gap I had, I think I have like some few questions to answer. The biggest gap, yep. Can I carry on?
I wanted to interrupt you quickly. So because we have a lot of people listening, right, and they would like to learn from your experience at every point, I think that it would be best to carry them along so there's a trajectory of the conversation. So I would just ask you specific questions at some point.
Thank you. I think that's going to work for me. Yes.
Yes, you don't have to feel under pressure at all. You can be as real as possible because the entire point is for everyone to learn from your experience. And I'm sure that they would have questions as well. So just feel free to answer along the way. Right. So to start the conversation, I like the fact that you already highlighted some things, but to start it properly, I'd like to take us a little bit back to the period before the internship. That's before you joined us at Amdari, right? Because so many people listening right now might be in that exact stage that you were. And I like what you said earlier about, speaking to people like yourself, right? So my first question for you is this. Before Amdari, what was your biggest gap and how exactly did that affect your interviews, if you were getting any at all?
Okay, my biggest challenge was knowing exactly what I wanted to do and fine-tuning to what I wanted to do. And Amdari gave me that platform for that. My resume weren't very structured. Neither was my LinkedIn profile very structured. Amdari also gave me leverage for that. And the point I realized I got that right was when I started getting calls from recruiters. Yes, so that will I think if I'm able to answer that and how it affected my interview. Of course, I progressed from not having not getting interview to now being called for various roles. And then you'll be so shocked that they will even ask you, okay, if you're occupied or if you're not opening or open to job search right now and you have people or someone that can do that, you could also just reference the people and they take it on from there. So that was how far the gap got quickly fixed between not knowing what to do, not having structured resume, not having detailed LinkedIn, to getting calls and interviews.
Yeah, I'm really excited to hear that. I mean, a lot of people, a lot of people's experience, a lot of us on this call have experienced the moment where we realize that regardless of the knowledge we have, it doesn't necessarily get us into the rooms we want to be in, right? And the gap was solved really fast for you. So I'm happy to hear that. And that brings me to my next question. So in your interview for the job that you currently have, right, was there any specific project or skill from your experience with Amdari that made the hiring managers, see you as somebody that stood out from the rest of people that applied?
Yes. Not one, not two, not three. But I'm going to put it like that. And that is why I'm going to encourage people as much as possible when we have projects assigned to us. Please participate. Not just participate, document your work. When you start getting interview, your documentation, because you did it yourself, you will be able to remember your steps. Putting all your steps together and your presentation that you've done within Amdari, that is going to help you ahead. While you're attending your interview, some things will not align because you didn't do them. But then you're able to go back to drawing board on those things you missed during your interview to form your blueprint. On the basis of that, you're able to prepare for the next interview. So at that point, you have your portfolio in Amdari. You have questions that came from your real interviews that you couldn't answer that now you're trying to find answers to. And on the basis of that, you push and push until you get that which is your own. Eventually, that which is your own will not stress you. That is what I've observed. But that comes with your preparation. Now, back to project. Well, in particular, from GRC, it was third-party risk. Yes. From security operations, it was static and dynamic analysis of executable, suspicious executable file. I can't even forget. Static and dynamic analysis of suspicious executable file. It was also threat actor profile. It was also vulnerability assessment. At least if I'm counting, I think I've counted 4 now.
Yeah, you have.
Those were what helped me directly from Amdari. Outside of Amdari was also pen testing. So you won't know, you might be focusing on something per time, like you have interest in, I have interest in SOC. It might not come in SOC. So as much as possible, just try your best to spread your tentacles. At least that initial part of it, be more of a generalist than a specialist, because you don't know where it's going to pop up from. Do you get? So that I would say. So for me, on the base, and at the same time, please, your presentation skills matters. You might think it's just going to be an interview where you have one-on-one questions, and that will be, and they will now tell you you need to make presentation. So we're talking about your slide quality and your presentation quality, and then your interview quality. And in a situation where you don't have just one person interviewing you, but you have panels, and you need the whole team on the panel to agree for them to take you. It takes a lot. It takes a lot of preparation. It takes a lot of perseverance. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm really happy to hear everything you shared, and it just makes a lot of sense because it communicates that there's no part of your experience that was a waste, because everything was relevant pretty much to landing your role. So yeah, I'm happy to hear that. And it takes me to my next question as well.
Yes.
What aspect of your work experience with us was your favorite part, and why?
The aspect of my work experience that was my favorite, I would say the technology stacks. Yes, I will say the technology stacks. There's just this part of maybe you're just coming fresh to cybersecurity, and then the terms look so gigantic, and you're just not able to place your hand on things. And then suddenly there is a shared light, like knowledge coming your way. Through that learning curve is also the technology stacks, and then putting your hands on them as much as you can, absorb as much as you can, learn as much as you can. So for me, I would say it's the technology stack, because I'm in the industry now, and the same technological stacks are there. Is it vulnerability scanning tenable? Is it pen testing interfaces, Linux, Windows based? Do you get? So they are not far-fetched. We may not, in Amdari, we may not have it as a very, like an enterprise kind of setting, but those are still the same tools. So please put as much effort in learning the tools. It will go a long way. Thank you.
Is there also any part of, your work with your teammates, your team leads that, stood out for you?
Could you come again on that?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I asked if there was also any other part of, working with your teammates or team leads,
Okay, in terms of my team, yes. And in all honesty, there is still a person I worked with in Amdari that I can't forget. And that's Angel. Unfortunately, I have to mention. And I'm going to give kudos to Angel. Angel was such a team member that we didn't have to delegate roles, We just picked it up and worked, and it was seamless. And it was at any point of the day or the night. If a message drops, the next person picks. And that was power of synergy, because it ended up showing on our task. So as much as possible, we admonish people to participate in teamwork. Nobody is an island of knowledge. We don't know it all. And unfortunately, we will still not know it all. But you see, that little bit that you know, when we put heads together, they say 2 good heads are better than 1. When we put heads together, we're able to go a long way. We're able to achieve a lot. So I'm going to just admonish us that it might be a little dicey, that it's not at every point in time you're going to have everyone at the same time in the team. But regardless of what, I understand that we have life situations, work-life balance, and everything. But at every point you are able to come on board to chip in things, please support. When we're delegated roles, your portion of the task, please put effort in doing it. At the end of the day, those are your portfolios. Those are what you will use in the interview. So as much as possible, please, people should be a very good team player in the teamwork. Yes.
Yeah. All right. So what's a typical day like you for you? What's a typical day like for you as an intern at Amdari? Because you mentioned that, you know, you're still with us. So what's the typical day like? What's your routine like? What do you usually do?
As an intern, or I'm trying to figure that question
As
properly.
an intern at Amdari.
Well,
like?
I think my typical day is joining the team, if I'm able to answer that correctly. Joining the team and presenting on majority of my assignment or projects we've been assigned, and also being a part of the training, like interactive training. Ask questions if you need to ask, and that's one very good thing. The support system is so solid that you're being attended to. And at the same time, also, I think interaction within the WhatsApp group, yeah, that's also going to go a long way. And so a typical day for me as an intern was knowing what I'm there for, focusing on what I'm there for, getting as much as I can, asking questions when I need to, seeking support when I need. Yes.
Okay, thank you so much for sharing that. Another question I'd like to ask is, I mean, because you've mentioned it subtly, so I'd just like to ask that if you compare somebody that approaches this internship and treats it like a real job with somebody that, you know, just approaches the internship casually, what difference do you think that it would make? What would be the difference between these two people? So somebody that approaches it casually and someone that treats it as a real job, what would be the difference?
Okay, in that, I'm going to use a real life analogy before I come back. So an example is somebody that is being lackadaisical, and then you have someone that is being focused.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's far-fetched, because it comes with the quality of time you put into what you're doing. It comes with quality of results you achieve from what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
It comes, I mean, now for a casual person, it comes with fluctuation. You are available today, you're not available tomorrow. It comes with not being able to keep track of even the ones you attend. And now comparing it with somebody that is taking it as a real job, the person might not necessarily see the worth or importance immediately. But then when you're able to leverage and find your way to the professional world, the results are right there waiting for you. You don't have issues putting yourself forward to take on roles, to take on jobs, they become easy for you because there are things you've been through. Another of that is going to become like in the aspect of the presentation. You just realize that within Amdari, you've done series of presentations, you've improved yourself on that, and then you're finding yourself on the professional job. You're not shy. You don't feel like you don't have content. You don't feel like you don't have intent. Like you're being built already ready for those things. So those are the little differences. And it will also show in your line of reporting. And unfortunately, it will also show. So as much as possible, it's not free that we are doing this. So if it's something that we're being committed to financially, I think there is also a level of discipline that is required on our part to ensure that we see it through, especially because we're on the long run, there is something else we're trying to achieve, which is getting on the job. So as much as possible, we should just put effort. It might be stressful because you have so much to combine. You have a lot of things you're doing at the same time. But the end point is the end goal is what is important. And I think that is what we should try and drive towards, achieving that on the job. Once you achieve it on the job, it's just going to be like you looking back in next few months and you're like, I did it. I pulled through. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. Thank you so much. And I'm sure a couple of us on the team as well listening, can resonate with that. So you said something to close. You said, looking back. So let me start from there, right? If you're speaking to somebody who is exactly where you were 6 months ago, maybe unsure, maybe uncertain, or scared to invest in themselves enough to start this internship, what would you tell them? What would you tell them pretty much?
I'm just going to tell you, give it a shot, and give it a very good shot, because you never know. More so in the type of environment we have, especially like maybe for people in diaspora, that your experience, I mean, like your IT work experience goes a long way in establishing you even in those countries. So say, for example, maybe you're in the UK and you've gone through Amdari Work Experience in the UK, you have that on your resume already. It's a work experience. It's not thrown away. And I remember Amdari said they're going to stand by you for at least 2 years. So you have solid backup already. So why not? Why not give it a shot? And life has a way of fusing things together. And majority of times, it's for those that are ready. So get ready now that you're doing this. Just get ready, because you never can tell when the time will be, when the opportunity will be. And that's just it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sikeade, for sharing that. And I have learned a lot, actually. I loved every single thing that you shared, but I'm sure I'm not the only one that feels this way. And I would like to open it up to every one of us as well. If you have any questions for Sikeade, as outside of what I've already asked, about her journey, her internship experience, or her transition into work, feel free to drop them in the chat. You can raise your hand, ask the question in real time, and we'll take a few questions before we close the session. So please, this is your moment of truth, for lack of a better word. If you have any questions, you'd like to ask something specific. Okay, hi for me. Can you hear me?
Hi, I can hear you, yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Hi, Sikeade. How are you?
Yeah, fine, thank you. And you?
I'm fine, thank you. This is my first time of joining.
Okay.
I'm on a night shift, so I'm so glad I'm off today, so I'm able to join. And I'm so lucky I did, because listening to you, I've been able to build confidence from what you've been saying, because I'm this kind of person. I came to UK 5 years ago, and after I came through as a student, I came as a student. So after my postgraduate, you know how it is. To get COS, you have to go into healthcare. And
Okay.
that's what I've been doing. So there is this fear that, will I be able to do it? I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
So after investing so much in myself over this, will I be able to get the job? Okay, what if I get the job? Will I be able to do it?
Yes.
So that fear is there.
Okay.
So listening to you now, I think I've been able to build kind of confidence. So I'm just here to ask that, do you think it's worth it? I know it's not really like, yeah, okay, go on.
Yes. And I'm going to say that again. Yes. Oh my goodness.
You know why?
Okay, let me
I've spent
start.
so
Okay, let
much,
me let you finish. Let
I've
me let
spent
you
so much money in
finish. Okay.
getting these certificates. You know how to pay, converting money from naira to
Yes.
pounds and all that. And my daughter is in university. I've spent all my savings from Nigeria in
Okay.
this country.
Okay.
So going into Amdari again, I'm like, oh, when am I going to rest? I'm going to
Okay.
start paying all over again, because my daughter is going to graduate by May this year
Okay.
from university, and we paid international fee.
Okay.
As I'm talking to you, I'm like, oh no, not again.
Hmm.
Amdari, do you understand? What if I do this again and nothing comes out of it?
So what I'm going to tell you is, please, and I need you to do that. I just need you to put pen to paper and put a goal and put a timeline and put a push.
All right.
You'll be surprised. Okay, now let me tell you something. A lot of people go, there is also the part of, unfortunately, I just have to say that, there's also the part of you putting your faith to things. But how about you have LinkedIn, you have a whole lot of job sites, you've applied, nothing shows up, and then you just see a random link, just a random unknown link, and you apply, and you are being called. That is the power of searching beyond usual, beyond where everybody goes, to see what else is out there. It is also the power of, I'm not going to give up. I put this timeline and I'm going to work towards it. You will have the interview. They will tell you sorry. They will tell you we regret to inform you or whatever. But for
Unfortunately,
every regret, remember you need just one acceptance, just one. So please, I'm a product of here. It has worked for me. There was the perseverance. There was the part of not giving up. And I think you being able to put pen to paper to say, I can do this. I'm going to pursue it. The jobs are there.
Mm.
That's it. The jobs are there. And they are actually waiting. Thank you.
all right. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, thank you so much for me. I hope that was able to answer your question in depth at least.
Yes, I think I'm ready now.
All right, thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, Sikeade.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we have any other questions? We have a few more slots. Okay. Hi, Gucci. Can you hear me?
Oh, okay.
Hi, I can hear you.
All right. So please go ahead.
Hi, Chiku. I don't know if I got the name correct.
That's all right. It's Shike.
Okay, Shike. Okay, sorry. I don't even know where to start, but I don't know, but I just have to ask a question. Okay, so my question is, first one is, can a novice join this program, and do you think there's going to be a result? When I say a novice, just hold on. When I say a novice, I mean like I have a career path earlier. Yeah, I'm presently in the UK, yes.
Okay.
Career path, which I've gained so much skill on. And then I
Okay.
moved to the UK to
Okay.
do master's on a different course.
Okay.
Now I'm trying to transition to another career.
Okay.
And then I have done, okay, let me just say, I was reconciliation settlement expert initially.
Okay.
Did international business with data analytics. So I'm trying to transition to data analytics.
Okay.
I've done what's it called? I've done training, like data analytics training. But I can't tell you, you already know that once you are done with training, that the next thing is you start looking for hands-on. So as it is, I can't call myself a data analyst, because I don't have that hands-on. And that is exactly what I'm looking for. And so
Okay.
I'm saying that's where I call myself a novice in that field. So I'm saying with that aspect of that part, that gap that is there, can I say, okay, at Amdari, can they help me? Because see, why I'm scared is this. Now, when I was doing the data analytics training, it will be like it's already timed, like we're going to do this for 6 months. So whether there's going to be assignments and all of that, but they don't want to know whether you got, for the fact that you came and say, oh, we can, you presented something. They don't know whether you actually know it, because at the end of the day, once 6 months is gone, you will stop. You get? So I just want to know, how can Amdari help this kind of situation? I don't know if I'm making sense.
Okay, so in attending to that question, I'm going to say, beyond Amdari has taught you, they gave you this. What extra effort are you putting on that thing by yourself? Like, we have resources online, videos to watch. A lot of time, I'm a visual person. I'm not auditory. So a lot of times I hear, I don't grab, but I see, I grab. So we have resources online that you are able to also watch, see how they do it, and then try and practice it. Do you get? And I'm definite, if you pick on something and you don't have clarity on it outside of what Amdari has taught you, and you even come back, which is in line with what you're being taught, and you ask questions, you will always find support, somebody to support you and give you that lead that is needed. So for me, and in this life, I don't think there is anything impossible. A lot of people are transitioning. You find people transition from medicine to IT. You find people from psychology to cybersecurity. It takes your will. It takes you being willing to push through it. And this is the fact that you have even been able to step out of that comfort zone to go into that data analytics or data analysis that you did, you've already taken a step towards that right direction. You just need the confidence. And by and large, a lot of times, it's just because we don't have confidence, we feel we don't know these things. Honestly. So I just need you to take little extra effort, even if it's just 30 minutes video in a day. Beyond Amdari, look outside, look online. Google is our friend, they usually say. You will find video, Google video. Just 30 minutes a day. You'll be surprised how far you can go within a month. And that is going to strengthen what you already have. There is also ChatGPT. I don't know if you've used ChatGPT to a level that it will tell you come back after some hours, or you can't use it again. Ask it questions. It will always give you the lead. Do you get? So just try and pull resources here and there, put them together with what Amdari is helping you with, and launch. But yes, it is achievable, and you just sometimes need to speak to yourself that I can do this. I'm going to push this. Let that voice be at the back of your head, reminding you that you can push it through. And that's it.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much, Ugochi, for your question. So we have room for 2 more questions. We already have one from Bruce. So let's hear from you, Bruce. You can unmute your mic and speak. Hi, Bruce, are you here? Okay, so while Bruce is trying to figure that out, Adisha, you can go ahead, please.
All right, good evening. Sorry, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, sorry. So I kind of joined late, but I just want to like inquire on the process to get an internship with Amdari. If you have experience in a skill, and if you do not have experience, like it's two separate stuff. Like how do we go about it if you want to like put in for internship?
Okay, that's all right. Mommy, are you here now?
Yes, so I'm going to walk you through that after Sikeade is done and Adishewa. So just once this is done with this question, I'll just show you how to enroll. Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Hi Bruce. Can you speak now?
Yes.
All right.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
All right. Mine, I don't know how to put mine, but I will try my best. I've passed through a lot of training, a lot being the fact that I've had to spend so much time and resources. Now I am at the phase where I think it's best to do an internship, and graduate from there, because like you said, many of us have transitioned. I transitioned from law to tech, and it's a different turf. So I've told myself that I'm going to take this one step at a time, not just going to rush and apply for jobs, because I've seen people who get jobs and they just kick them out the next day or the next week. um it's building competence that I've always cherished in my life. So I don't know if your internship program is skewed towards preparing some of us that are already, in diaspora, to secure jobs in our various countries. I'm in the UK, and it's a terrible job market here. Many people bear me witness, those who are already here. So the challenge here is they always like this UK experience. That's their, if you manage to pass through their test and their questionings and everything, that's like the last blow, or the hammer that they will actually drop upon you at the tail end, if they just want to put you aside. This UK experience thing is it goes a step ahead, because sometimes they will ask you to produce your tax proof that you have actually worked in companies that you claim that you have worked in. So that's challenge number 2. Okay, let me come back to what I hope your internship could help me achieve, which is prepare me to meet my own unique environment, the challenges here, and prosper. I don't know if Amdari can do that. If yes, then that'll be a good place to go to.
I would like to have a little answer on that thing you mentioned. So you mentioned about work experience or tax or whatever. What I just want you to know is for a fact, they do not differentiate or eliminate any experience you have. How do I mean? Prior getting my job, I worked in some places that were not IT related at all. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to tell you, I worked as a chef, English meal chef. From there, I worked at a game center, arcade, children. From there, I worked at as a receptionist at an or a hotel. I don't know which one, Han or he, sorry. And then there was the part of Amdari. In all of this, let me let you know that while going through security clearance, there was need for proof of employment. All these places I mentioned to you now were my proof. that I worked there. And what did they need? They needed to confirm that for the new place I'm going, I'm employable. I'm employable. So all my references came from all those places. So at this point, the question is, were they high tea? Were they solely high tea? No, they were leisure. They were games. They were holders that stood in place for my referencing to walk through. Amdari did its part, and it was work experience, no payment. So tax, so you need to know what you're presenting when you're putting your resume up. So they know you're not saying you're working there, you're being paid there, or something like that. I don't know if you understand me. Do you get? And if you need to present tax or whatever you've identified, there were really places you worked that you paid tax, you did all those, you have your NI to prove that you worked in those places, and you make them know while you are having your interview that you have work experience program with the like of Amdari, so that you're not screwed up in the middle looking for maybe tax or pay slip or whatever. But if at any point in time you need to show that, you show it from your other job you're doing, and that's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shike, for that. Mommy, would you like to further answer that?
I think you can wrap up. I'll still respond to Bruce. So Bruce, there is a response to all your questions. I'm so grateful that Sikeade has really explained it also from a perspective of somebody like yourself, before I come in to explain how Amdari can now really help. But honestly, there is really little to say at this point, because Shike said a whole lot. So yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Mommy. So first of all, I'd like to say thank you so much to you, Shike, for sharing your experience with us. And, like I mentioned earlier, every single part of what you said were actually true and very instrumental to my growth and every other person on this call as well. And I'm sure that we can all attest to that. And then to everyone listening as well, thank you so much for staying here until this time. However, this is not the end of the conversation. I'm just going to hand over to Omomi, who is our co-founder and CTBO at Amdari, and she has been deeply involved in building the entire framework that helps professionals transition from learning to real employability. So she would be taking all your questions, everything you have to ask about Amdari work experience and whatnot. You can just type it in chat or raise your hands, and she'll take it over from here. So thank you so much, Shike, once again.
Thank you very much. All right, bye.
All right.
Ola Dadayo, I actually see your hand, and trust me, I will take the question, okay? So let me relieve Angel. Angel is still being spotlighted. Thank you so much, Angel. That was a beautiful conversation, and
Thank you so much.
I'm sure that everybody on the call really enjoyed the conversation we had with Sikeade. So I'll quickly share my screen. I'll take questions. I promise you. I see your hand, Oladayo, but I just want to quickly show us exactly, Kelechi. That's what I want to show us. I know that the question was also asked earlier by someone on the call. I'm so sorry for forgetting, but I think that was Adeshewa. Yeah, that was Adeshewa. So I will just show you how to secure your spot real quick. So just give me a minute, please. My screen is coming up. Okay, so the next cohort is starting this Saturday. For everybody who is wondering, when is the next one going to be? How can I join? How can I enroll? Sincerely, there is really little to say at this point, because Shike has said a whole lot, from the day-to-day in the life of an intern at Amdari, to the quality of projects you work on, to the support you would get. But I would also like to mention the reference and everything else in between. But before I show you that, and then I'll take questions, let's look at how you can secure your spot. Now, this internship is £500, but we're running a discount for everyone who's on this call to secure their spots with £390. And you don't have to pay everything all at once. With just £100, you can secure your spot today, and your next payment is £145, and the final payment £145, which is in 2 months' time. So you're able to split your payment across 3 months. Okay, so it's just 390. The next cohort is starting this Saturday, that's 7th of March. So if you want to be a part of this, all you have to do is follow the steps that I'll show you in securing your spot. Now, once I show you how to secure your spot, I'll come back to show you some of the advantages of enrolling in the internship program at Amdari. It's not just about the experience, it's about the readiness the employee needs and how to ace any interview you find yourself in. Right? So you use the enrollment link that I just dropped, you will get directed to this page you see on my screen. Once you click on that, like I said, if you want to pay in installments, you can start with £100 today to join the cohort starting on Saturday. All right. So any program you want to enroll for, we have all of them here, from data science to data analytics to data engineering to business analysis, project management, SOC analysis. Let's scroll down a bit. Ethical hacking, GRC, product design, DevOps, as well as app and cloud security. Now, it doesn't matter the program you're going for, just select the one that applies to you and click on apply here. So for the sake of this conversation, let me just click on project on business analysis. So you click on the program you want to enroll for, you're redirected to the details page. On this details page, you can read more about this particular program, okay? You can read more about it, who are your team leads going to be, you can check them out. These are some of the team leads and mentors that our interns get to work with. So you can scroll down to read more, for the sake of this demonstration, I will just click on apply now. So once you click on apply now, you are redirected to the checkout page. On this page, just click on when you want to start. This Saturday, it's a 4-month internship, and a lot of our interns get jobs 3 months in, 4 months in, 2 months in, even 1 month in. Sikeade landed a job 3 months in. You hear her, she is still in the program. She's not done. And the beautiful thing is, you got a job. That's why you're here. Or do you have to drop off? No, because learning should be lifelong. It should be conditional and it shouldn't be seasonal. That's why also I love something that Sikeade said about being prepared before the opportunity comes, right? Which is where the interview prep session we have with you every Thursday throughout your stay with us plays a major role. Even if you don't have an interview coming up, guess what? Amdari preps you for interviews throughout your internship. And if you want to book one-on-one interview prep, it's also on your calendar. All right. So you've clicked on the program, you clicked on apply now, you're on this page. Select when you want to start, March or April. I mean, you can select March because what better time to start than yesterday, right? So if you pay full payment, there is further discount. That means you get to pay £350 and not £390. But if you want to go with 2 installments or 3 installments, that is still okay. So you can pay the 3 installments or the 2 installments that was paid. So click on proceed. All right. Once you click on proceed, you'll be directed to this page. Someone's mic is unmuted. Okay. That's Charles. So Charles, please pardon me. I will have to mute you. There's a background noise from your end. Okay. I think it's better now. So yeah, so on this page, just select, it's just going to be a summary of your details. When do you want to, so if you pay today, you see the breakdown, £100, 145 next month, second payment, 145 in 2 months' time, third payment. By default, because you're paying today, 4th of March, your next payment is to 4th of April. Oh, I want to move it forward. Payday is ending of the month. I'd rather pay by the end of the month. That's okay. You can see that you can edit the date for your next payment to not be 4th of April. Or you can move it to like further. That's close to like the end of the month, right? Which is literally close to 2 months, because if you look at it, this is just 4th of March. So moving it to the end of April is almost like 2 months. So you can just select when you want to pay your next installment, or within the same month, right, of April, you can move it further. Then you come to this part, you just see a breakdown. It's just telling you your discounts and what you're paying first. Confirm your information is correct and you've read the terms and conditions. Please make sure you read it. And then click on Pay Now. Once you click on Pay Now, you will get redirected to the checkout page. The checkout page is the page where you are able to easily fill your card details. So it will just show you the amount you're paying, right? And it will tell you to fill your card details. So I see it's still loading. If it's not done loading in like 2 seconds, I'll just take pause because I won't be filling an actual card on this call. So I'll just do, I'll just finish it up with this demo. So let's take a look at it, and I will still take you along with verbally, so it will be upskilling the videos. Okay. So once you're done filling your card detail, click on pay, just like I have shown you, right? Click on pay, you get redirected to fill this form. The UI doesn't look like this anymore, but it's the same information we're collecting. So it collects, it's going to automatically tell you the program you pay for, or select your skill level. Are you a beginner, intermediate? It doesn't matter. Select the one that applies to you. Okay. Then which country are you in? Select UK, US, or Canada. What's your gender? Select it. How did you find out about Amdari? Instagram, LinkedIn, select whichever one applies to you. And then what influenced your decision to enroll? Type it. Which of our sessions influenced your decision? Select. So by virtue of being on this call, it is meant to be fireside. We don't have it right here, but I'm sure some of you have joined other sessions that we've had. So you can select Clarity if you join Clarity or Saturday info session. But by the time you pay, if you see fireside there, just click on it, okay? And set up your profile. It will tell you that your payment is successful and go to dashboard. Your access is unlocked to the Amdari dashboard. On the dashboard, we have crash courses, which you can take, free crash courses, and it's well designed for every beginner on the call. I know that somebody asked a question about if this is for beginners. I would answer that. And to answer that first, before I even say anything further, we have crash courses. Now, the crash course is not what makes us say that we accommodate beginners. The program in itself accommodates every beginner. So it doesn't matter if you are an expert, intermediate. We have designed this program to make it easy for anybody and everyone to easily follow and catch up. And she can mention something about support. We give you that support. Your team lead is there working with you closely, and that support is guaranteed, I can assure you. Your team leads are not volunteer mentors. They didn't say, oh, hi, I'm Dari. I'm passionate about mentoring professionals. Can I work with you as a volunteer mentor? No. We actually set out to hire these guys. We hired them, and your success in this program is tied to their KPI. Or let me say their KPI is tied to your success. So trust me, we are carrying internally, we are always carrying out performance to know how the interns are faring, how satisfied you are week after week, right? And before it gets to the point where, okay, you are not happy and that's when we are finding out more. So the experience is always adjusted to suit your need at every point so that it doesn't get to the point where you are not happy about it. And Barry said this, oh, I joined that session. Angel said this, I am here now, I'm not getting that. No. So we have that session where, or rather, we have the internal review where we get to see how every intern is faring and we are able to see feedback and review. So these crash courses are there for people who would say, I have taken a course a year ago, I'm trying to refresh my memory. Or people that would say, I took a course, but it didn't do justice to what this field is all about. There are some things I didn't learn. There are some things it didn't cover. Trust me, we cover that for you in this program, not just with the crash course, but with the projects you get to work on. And then there is also the billing page, so you can easily go to your billing page to see your payment history or summary, right? So you paid one installment, when is your next one due? You have to initiate the next one yourself. We do not auto debit you, so it's very important for you to do that from your dashboard. We would not send you a personal account detail to pay to, so please do not fall for maybe scammers and all that. Your payment will always be through this Amdari website that I showed you, or when it's an installment, it has to be from your dashboard. Don't pay to any account, don't respond to anybody that sends you a WhatsApp message. That is not a link that says www.amdari.io. Anything outside that, that's not Amdari, I promise you. All right, so I will take questions. I know you have questions, but before I take questions, yes, I said something. I said I wanted to tell you more that this program is about. Now, Shike has really said a lot, to be honest, so I will be very brief, so I don't repeat what she has already said. But then I'll still be able to take 3 questions because I know it's possible you have more questions for me. But my colleague is dropping something in the chat, and that is the attendance form. So if you would still like to have us call you, if you still like to hear or speak to you, or you would also love to play other videos of people who are getting jobs from this. Please fill the attendance form. We'll be sending you an email after the session. So for us to be able to send that email to you, it's very important for us to receive your email and details. So please fill the form my colleague just dropped. We would be more than happy to, attend to you. And I know I have 30 plus people on this call. In case I'm not able to take everybody's question, that's the reason why filling the attendance form would also help, because we would be able to call you and speak to you. So you get to have that one-on-one conversation with us easily, right? So again, we're 30 plus on the call, and I not be able to take everybody, but are we available to still call you, to still answer your questions? We are more than available to do that, okay? So you're securing your spot with just £100 today using the link that I just dropped. But guess what? You can still get more beyond just the discount. We give you lifetime career support access in the course of this internship. So when I say lifetime career support access, I am speaking about one thing in particular, and it's very simple, right? This is Jerry. The same way she spoke to us today, oh, I got a job. I promise you, we have people that put in jobs and even visa sponsorship jobs, from graduate visa to skilled worker visa. And Jerry is one of the people that landed roles, not a sponsorship job, by the way, but he got a job last year, 2025, and he was able to get it 2 months into the internship. Now, as far to this year, 2026, he moved to Canada. Did he have to say, oh, hi, Amdari, I just moved to Canada, and the guys here, just like the guys in the UK, they need me to have Canada experience, so please, I want to re-enroll. He didn't have to do that. Guess what he did? He still used Amdari as his place of experience. He has built the skill. That's why in this program, prioritize that credibility, and that means you have to do the work, right? You have to do the work, you have to show up, you have to be present. Again, I really love a lot of things that Sikeade said. Sikeade was hammering on the fact that you need to be present. She mentioned the difference between those that are present and those that are not. We have noticed a pattern. People that are present are people who end up, right, who end up landing the role. People who land the role are people we've noticed are very active in the program. So being active helps. We give you reference letter. That's another thing, and that's where I am headed. Now, Sikeade said something about reference and the fact that, oh, you get to have that credibility and that supports you even 2 years in. It's even more than 2 years in. You are on a journey. I believe you always want to get better. I believe you always want to, job hop for some reasons. Oh, I should be any more than this. If I stay here, it's going to be maybe 10% increase, 20% increase. But if I job hop, I can easily see 100% increase. We all know that that's one thing that comes with job hopping. It's easy for you to have that increment in your salary if you job hop than when you're still within the company and it's just a raise. Sometimes it's 10%, 15%. So we have reasons to job hop. Now, when you do that, when you apply to another job for different reasons, job hopping, increasing your pay, etc., you would need reference, you would need some backing, you need all of that. That's again where Amdari's work experience comes in. So this was the message that Jerry sent to his team lead as at last year when he got a job, right? This was the message he sent. And the job was in the UK as a data analyst within the civil service. Now, something that Bruce said earlier, Bruce said, oh, I don't know if some of you are abroad. I promise you, if I'm not mistaken, everybody on this call is most likely in the UK. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. If there is anybody on this call that is not in the UK, maybe they're in the US or Canada. Maybe just one person on this call will be joining us from Nigeria. So why am I saying this, Bruce? Everybody on this call has familiar experience as you, right? It's the same journey, similar story, and all that. So, and that's the same thing with every intern we've worked with Amdari, Sikeade, Jerry. So you see here, Jerry says, just wanted to officially let you know that I have landed a data analyst role within the civil service, and it's a level promotion too. I was asked to prepare a presentation on any data analytics project. I edited and submitted our first project. Saved me a lot of time and gave me confidence. Sikeade highlighted a lot about projects, right? The same way Sikeade said so many amazing things, but from the perspective of somebody who interned as a SOC analyst, trust me, it's still universal. The experience is the same. The same way she was saying, oh, the tech stack, that's the same way someone who went in for data analytics internship with Amdari will tell you. The same thing for a project manager, the same thing for every career path. Now, this is this year, and Jerry sent us a message to say, hello, Epimena, I hope you're doing well. I recently moved to Canada about 2 weeks ago. and I've secured a role in the meantime as a data entry specialist with a better Blue Cross. For the application, I listed my role at Amdari as a data consultant, and I have now completed the reference section and included your details as a referee. Now, it says, please let me know if you need additional information, blah, blah, blah. He has gotten the job already, right? And he listed Amdari. Did he have to re-enroll for the internship just to get Canada experience? No, right? Because Amdari gives you US experience, Canada experience, and also UK experience. Now, we are registered across all 3 countries. And another thing I need to tell you is Amdari is headquartered in Canada, but we are also located in UK and the US. So if they need reference from there, if they need contact from there, if they need address from there, we provide all of this, even though, yes, we're headquartered in Canada, right? So one thing I need to let you know is that lifelong support, we keep providing it. Now, it doesn't stop there. I mentioned the fact that we also prep you for interviews. Now, there is a platform called CV Matching. This platform helps you apply to jobs easily. Right? What do I mean? When you're applying to a job, you would always have to tailor your CV to these different job applications. So we partnered with CV Matching, the AI platform that helps you easily apply and tailor your CV to different job roles. And what I mean is, when you go on a job board, you're applying as a data analyst. Data analyst in company A is not the same as data analyst in company B. So the CV, the master CV you're using to apply, will not work across all. That's why you will see that your CV does not work in every instance. So you get ghosted, you don't get a call back, you don't get this, you don't get that. That is always the challenge. But Amdari has gone about this the smart way. We have partnered with CV Matching, and I'll show you how it works after taking some of your questions. And I'll also show you the free portfolio website that we have. Now, this is already taken. You see my screen, it says 5 more slots left. Now, this lifetime career support, this access, right, is still open to 5 more slots. Remember, the cohort starts on Saturday. So we have limited slots. Now, this is already taken. So Head Start to Employability is closed. We've already worked with people who enrolled early on this employability support. But this is still left, right? 5 more slots. They have given us slots for free. So every intern we are giving access to this CV Matching platform gets to use it without paying a dime for 6 months. The platform tailors your CV every time. It optimizes it for you. So you know the stress of having to tailor your master CV every time. You don't go through that. The platform does that smart work. It will first analyze your CV, compare it to the job you're about to apply to, and tell you, no, you are not a match. This CV will not get you an interview. This is what you have to do to improve it. And then it will easily optimize it for you. There's a place where you can click optimize. You optimize it, and it's easy. Like I said, I will show you how that works out in a few minutes, okay? Then this is also taking that the 30 days post internship job sprint, because the slots are already taken. But we still have 5 more slots for lifetime access to personal portfolio website. What do I mean by that? This is what the personal portfolio website looks like. You have free access to this website. Everybody has access for 6 months. But I have 5 more slots for people who need lifetime access. What this means is you would have a free portfolio website to your name without paying for domain name, without paying a developer to build it, without paying for maintenance, and on it for life. All right. And this is, we have different templates that you can switch and use, right? This is another template. We have about 20 templates, and this is just a few, right? I can only have 2 for my presentation. Sorry. I can only have 2 for my presentation, but this is what the portfolio looks like. So you are able to easily use this portfolio even after your internship. Now, to enroll and secure your spot, all you have to do is to use the link that my colleague is dropping. Remember, I said the cohort is closing, is starting next month. Sorry, this month on Saturday. So to secure your spot, please use the enrollment link that my colleague has dropped, which I will also drop right now. That could be this thing. All right. So which I'll also drop right now. And feel free, we will be more than happy to hear from you. Okay. So I'll take questions now. I know I have shown you how to secure your spot, but I'll take questions now. I'll take 3 more people and we will call it a close. Then for everyone else who might have a question for me, please fill the attendance form that my colleague is dropping. He would call you, okay? We will call you. It's going to be one-on-one call. You'll hear from our team. So please fill the attendance form. And if it's me you want to speak to, when we call you and I'm not the one speaking to you, just let them know that you want to speak to them. They would share your details. All right. So I'll take questions right now. Does anyone have a question for me? If you have a question for me, please indicate by raising your hands. Or are we all good? Okay. All right. Please go on. Bruce, do you have a question? I think it's Bruce's hand I still see. Let me confirm. Yeah, it's Bruce. Hi, Bruce. I thought the hand was from before. Hello, Bruce. Are you speaking? Hello. Bruce, are you there?
Oh, it's an old raised hand. I'll remove it.
Okay, but are you good? Does it answer your question?
Which one particularly? I mean, I'm not sure.
So about
Yes,
so you had asked a question earlier about using how you can use Amdari for reference, right? And also I think you
yes,
said
and you mentioned that you have branches here, there, here, and several other things. Okay, yeah, well, that's fine.
Yeah. All right. So I hope you'll be joining us, Bruce. Hope you'll be joining us.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. I am definitely looking at Amdari. Yeah.
All right, that's fine. That's fine. Thank you very much, Bruce. So I just dropped the enrollment link. Now, I just remembered that Oladayo wanted to ask me a question. Hi, Oladayo. Okay, I see some questions in the chat. What is the cost? Okay, I've shown us that. Daniel says, I hope this recording will be shared. I got night shift coming up. I don't know if Daniel is still on the call. Daniel, can you give me a thumbs up? Because I want to ask you a question. You need to fill the attendance form that my colleague dropped for us to be able to reach you, Daniel. I don't know if Daniel is still here, but yeah. Then there is another question from Charles. Kindly share this recording for us to join with. Okay, Charles, I can see you on the call. Have you filled the attendance form, please, Charles? Have you filled it? If you have, trust me, you will receive this session. I don't know if you can speak, you can just type, all right? So if you don't have any question for me, I believe it means everything Sikeade has said is clear, and everything I have also said is clear. So we look forward to having you all secure your spot to join the March cohort, which is starting this Saturday. The enrollment link has been dropped. I'll drop it again. And my colleague also, yes, so Ugochi, it is strictly a virtual session, right? It's a virtual internship. It's like working in the tech remote team. So it's remote, you do it virtually, and it's Mondays to Fridays, right? Mondays to Fridays, but it's not 9 to 5, right? It's you being expected to commit a minimum of 1 hour per day. All right. Sorry, Charles' question got into my head. Charles, please fill the form. My colleague will drop it again. Okay, so Ugochi, yes, a minimum of 1 hour per day. If you can do 2 hours, that's even better. 3 hours, amazing, right? So, but it's hardly more than that. So you would have meetings twice in a week. Now that meeting that you have twice in a week, I'm not the one that will tell you that, yes, so I'm getting there, Ugochi. So you see that twice in a week. It has to be you and your teammates that would agree. It's a collective decision amongst yourself and your teammate. Who are your teammates? You would meet them. When would you meet them? If you're enrolled to start in March, you will meet them March 7th, onboarding day. That's the day you get to meet with your teammates. You all introduce yourselves. You meet your teammates on that day and your team lead. Now, these are the people you'll be working with for the next 4 months. Sikeade mentioned that, one thing she enjoyed was the teammates she worked with. And she mentioned the teammate's name, Angel. Not our Angel, by the way. That's our own teammate also. So she said she worked with Angel, and Angel was like, the synergy was there. You know, you would have teammates. You won't do this alone. You won't do it in isolation. The projects you're working on, they are also projects from our project partners. And these project partners are businesses across the UK, US, and Canada. Okay, so these businesses, they share their projects with us and our interns work on them. Okay, so the twice in a week meeting is for you to sync with your teammates and your team lead, like a stand-up meeting that happens in any tech company. But the remaining 3 days is not where you can do what you typed, go to any time of the day. Yes, the remaining 3 days, any time of the day. Just make sure you work on your task. each day. Just make sure you show up each day, okay? But Mondays, or rather the twice in a week, like I said, it's going to be based on what you and your teammates do. Oh, let's work with Mondays and Fridays, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Oh, let's work with Tuesdays and Thursdays. It is what you guys pick. You let your team lead know that, okay, we've all agreed to work with these 2 days for our meetings. That is what your team lead would now work with, right? Or you see the remaining 3 days, any time of the day, just work on your task. Sikeade mentioned WhatsApp group. Yes, there is also going to be a WhatsApp group chat for your team. We used to use Slack. We stopped using Slack because our interns will forget that there is something called Slack and they're supposed to check their team conversations, they're supposed to align, collaborate. So they would always miss their messages. We had to bring it back to WhatsApp. I mean, everybody is using WhatsApp, everybody chats on WhatsApp. So it's easy for them not to miss it. So they really, people would miss meetings, people would miss conversations. Oh my God, I forgot. Yes, Slack. So we had to bring it back to WhatsApp. So that is that on that end. So I hope that answers your question, Ugochi. So 3 times in the week, any time of the day that was right, or twice, still influenced by you and your teammates, but you have to be, you have to adhere to that time and day that you picked. So please don't miss your sessions. We're building professionals. If you miss your meetings, you miss your sessions, you know what that means? Even if we say we are vouching for you and giving you reference, it's like we're lying. And we don't like to do that. That's why we always encourage our interns. If you show up, you know that it's easy to vouch for you. You know that you really did the work, right? And somebody said something interesting on this call. I think he was the first person that asked Sikeade a question on, if I apply to a job and, I don't perform so well, I don't want a situation where 2 weeks in, 3 weeks in, or a few months in, I'm fired. That's the problem, right, that we're solving. You just take a course, you're not skilled yet, you apply to a job. Maybe luck is on your side, you get the job. If you don't perform because of lack of competence, not because you're not intelligent, but you were not job ready, you had not practiced, so you'll be making a lot of mistakes on the job. Mistakes that if you made it in a controlled environment, it will not make you look incompetent. And that's what Amdari gives you, a controlled environment where you can easily make those mistakes and it is quickly corrected by your team leads. That's why you work with them throughout. It's corrected by them, so they are molding you and making you better while still making it a controlled environment where the mistakes are safe here. But guess what? You get lucky, one company hires you even before you have experience. You make those mistakes, they're like, who did we hire? No, let's let her go. And they fire the person and you're wondering, am I that bad? Am I not smart? It's nothing that has to do with your smartness, or it's just about readiness. You were not job ready, you were not skilled yet, you were not qualified yet. Qualification is not your CV, it's not your certification, it's not your course, the tutorials you take in. It is in how you can do the job. Can you do it? That's what makes you qualified. And experience is what makes you a qualified candidate, which is what you get from Amdari, right? So Hamid says, okay, Kelechi says, do you work with apps like BA Work XP to facilitate easy learning? No, Kelechi, but honestly, one thing I always say is sometimes when questions like this come up, it might just be a good feedback that makes us improve our process. So trust me, I am looking that up. If it's something we can improve, why not? I mean, if you're mentioning it as something that makes learning easier, right, then it means it's worth looking at. So I will take a look at it after this. But we don't use it right now at the moment, just to answer your question, right? So there are other things that we do to make your learning easier. There is the one-on-one. Some people don't like watching videos, they don't like, also there is that one-on-one type of learning. You also work with collaborative tools that makes it easy for you to learn. Anything you miss, your team lead works with you to catch up. But we learn every day. So this tool you mentioned, I'll look it up, okay? Amit says, for we that want to join by April, are we going to work with old members that will start by March, or we will? No, you won't work with old members. It's like you will be behind if you work with them. You have to work with people starting as yourself. But would you have a taste of an expert? Yes. And that's your team lead, right? And other mentors that you get to interact with. Now, the only time you can work with old members is when you have cross-functional projects. So then, yes, you can work with, and they'll be like the senior colleagues on the team or something like that. But it's only when you have cross-functional projects. And would you have cross-functional project? 1000% yes. You can't work alone and be exposed to one thing throughout this experience. you have to be exposed to a diverse experience, right? From the team structure to the industries your projects come from. We work with healthcare businesses, startups. We work with businesses in logistics and supply chain, FMCG, real estate. So we work with businesses, even platforms that are SaaS, right? Software as a service, platforms that are driven by AI, because I mean, everything is automated these days. So we also work with businesses that have, AI platforms just to drive your own exposure as well. So yeah, the only time you work with old team members is when you have cross-functional projects. Would you have cross-functional projects yet? All right, but your actual team, your day ones in this program, they will be people that start with. So if you're starting in April, that's fine. I mean, please just fill the attendance form so that we can still reach out to you around that time, okay? But if you want to use this list that we have right now, please still secure your spot and select April, okay? Abimbola says, apologies for interrupting. The internship is online. Yes, Abimbola, I want to believe you joined late. So please, my colleague will drop a form. We will send you the recording of this session so that you can catch up with what you missed. All right, so catch up with what you missed by filling the attendance form. We will send the recording. Can you assure me that enrolling with Amdari for data analytics without prior experience will benefit me within 4 months? Okay, Ugochi, I'll put it this way. I am assuring you that it will benefit you. Am I saying, Ugochi, you will get a job 100%? No. I'm not saying, Ugochi, you will get a job 100% because there are factors that Amdari cannot control. Now, there are people that will say, oh, I needed security clearance, that's why I wasn't able to resume the job. We have people like that. E.g., this guy, what's his name? Jerry. He got 2 job opportunities in the UK last year. One with civil service. The other one, I don't think it was NHS or civil service or none of the above, right? I don't know. But he said that job needed him to have security clearance. Now, it needed him to also have stayed in the UK for 5 years. He did not have that. So because he didn't have that, he couldn't take that job. Did he ace the interview? Did they offer him the job? Yes. Did Amdari work out for him in that case? Yes. But was he able to resume? No, because of that factor. Amdari cannot control that. Now, another thing, but then because he got 2 offers, he was able to take the second job. That didn't need all of those security clearance and everything like that. So he could easily resume that, right? So I'm telling you that you have 95% chance of landing the job if during all your sessions. You don't miss mentorship sessions. It's on Thursdays. Mentorship session is about interview prep, role play, where we interact with you one-on-one, right? On how you can ace your interview, and you get real-time feedback. That interview prep session is not we saying that, oh, Hamid, take this, Ugochi, take this. These are the top 5 questions a data analyst would be asked. These are the top 20 rhetorical questions. No, that's not what that session is about. That session is about really putting you in that simulated environment where there is a panel and then there is you. And you would answer interview questions. And from there, we can give you feedback. Oh, you were fidgeting. Oh, you were using hedging language. You need to be very, very clear so they know that you have depth. They know that you understand your work clearly. They know that you understand how your role is great in a team or how your role aligns with business needs, etc. Those are the kind of feedbacks you get. Oh, you're not selling yourself. You're not putting your own enough. You did not document. Can be because when you document, it's easy to remember what you've documented, right? Or you're not picking from things that you've done. Did you document? Oh, no, I haven't. You have to go document. This feedback is already shaping you into acing your interview. You have a high chance of acing any interview, again, because we give you one-on-one interview. This one that happens on Thursdays, it's open to every intern on the program. So you see a lot of people. But you see the one-on-one interview prep, that will be just you, not can be. That will be just you, your team lead, and the employability specialist. Employability specialist is the lady that revamps your CV, optimizes your LinkedIn, and also stands in as HR for any kind of employment that you go for. So when she's in an interview with you, she comes from that perspective. HR, people and culture, etc., behavioral questions, and all that. Then your team lead comes from the technical point of view and how you would attend such questions. So that's how that plays out. So I'm guaranteeing you that, yes, you have no experience, but in 4 months, please just show up. Honestly, like the same way you have requests, I also have requests because we cannot perform magic. If you don't show up, then anything I say here is just really not going to hold water, right? But when you show up, you know why you are here. I always tell people, right? If your goal is to ace an interview, that's okay, right? You can just take a course, revamp your CV, and maybe they perform magic on your CV, submit it, you can ace interviews yourself. But if your goal is to get a job, you have to do the work. If your goal is to get a job, you have to be that candidate that is skilled, that knows how to do. And what Amdari is promoting is skilled workers, right? Making you skilled, making you effective. Are you getting the best trainers, like high standard? Yes, you're getting the best. They're committed to making sure that you gain so much from this program, and that would reflect in who you become at the end of this experience. So yes, I am assuring you that this program will build you into becoming a skilled professional, 100%. I cannot just guarantee 100% job. I can say 95%. Other factors we really cannot control. And she said something. She said the jobs are out there. The jobs are really out there. If you check read.co.uk, you would see that in just the last 24 hours, these guys have posted me the data analyst. Let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at it. Let me just show you real quick. All right. So you would see how many data analyst roles these guys, it's loading, sorry. These guys have posted in while we are waiting for that loading to be done. Okay. Let me see if I have a question in the chat. Okay, I think that's all. Okay, yeah. So let's come to read.co. I need to log out because there is something I want to show us. I won't be able to do that from my dashboard, so I need to sign out. So if you look at it, you see the number of data analyst roles that have been posted today. And you can also ask Google, ChatGPT, or any search engine, how many roles were on fields? How many roles were on field under data analytics job posting for last year, 2025? You would see that it's a lot. All of these jobs were not fields. And we are here looking for jobs. We couldn't get any. What is going on? It's because recruiters would rather get the right candidate than settle. If they settle, it will cost them a lot. Let's look at the dates these jobs have been posted. Sorry, let me just do it this way. Aha. You see dates posted, and I search for data analyst, right? Today, please, can you see my entire screen? Let me be sure that you can see what's showing on that today. Can you see it? Can anyone see it? Is the drop down showing? Okay, you can't see it. Let me share my entire screen. Okay. Let me share my entire screen. So I think when you share just your let me show you real quick. So okay, I'm here now. So come to date posted. Can you see today for a data analyst role, just under read.co, we have 286 jobs posted. In the last 3 days, 1,002. In the last week, 1,007 jobs posted. And then in the last 2 weeks, 2,900 jobs. That's 3,000 jobs posted in the last 3 weeks. So you see that the jobs are really there. Please give me thumbs up if you saw that. Please give me thumbs up. You saw that? Give me thumbs up. Did you see that? Did anybody see that? Are we here? Okay, beautiful. Thank you, Bukola. So that's exactly what I'm saying, right? The jobs are there, so you have nothing to worry about. Oh, am I going to get a job? Honestly, and that's why we also partnered with CB Matching. What CB Matching helps you do? Let me show you. I just realized that I haven't shown you. Let me show you what CB Matching helps you achieve. So I'll log back in to my account, because I want to show us the power of CB Matching. Now, while that is happening, let's go to CB Matching. Now, we've partnered with them, and for every intern enrolled, we have a unique link that we send to you, the partnership link. because everybody coming through that link will automatically be seen as, okay, somebody that doesn't have to pay for 6 months. So you don't sign up using just this link. So we have a partnership link that we share with our interns, and that's the link you can use. Okay. So once you sign up on the platform, you would see somewhere on the top bar here that would say add to your Chrome extension. Now I have added it to my Chrome extension. You see CV Matchly AI resume, and then right here you see something, which is, because I have pinned it, it is right here. You can see it here. You see job description is empty. You see that my CV is also uploaded. You have to upload your CV. So you easily see it, upload CV. Once you upload it, it occupies this spot. All right. So once you do that, just go to any job board. Sometimes people would say, oh, Amaume, how do I sign up? How do I connect CV Matchly to my what's the word now? To my browser, or how do I connect it to job board? You don't connect it, just add it as a Chrome extension. And what it does is it just helps you compare your CV with the job you are about to apply for, so that it will tell you immediately that this CV cannot get you an interview. You need to optimize it for this role. So you have to go back and optimize your CV for that role. So when you do that, it's easy for you to apply to jobs. Okay. So let's quickly take a look at jobs that we can apply to. So I will just cancel this out. So I want to select a job that we can apply to. So I'm going to be using my business analyst CV to apply. And let's look at that real quick. Sorry, I'm still with you. I think, yeah, so here we are now. So you come to, yes. So let's say I want to apply to this business analyst role. Now, if I click on my CV Matchly, it's going to show nothing on that job description. And it's not going to analyze my CV because I have not selected a job I want to apply to. So you need to select the job you want to apply to. Now, I've selected business analyst with this company. Remember, I have uploaded my CV. I don't have to upload my CV twice. So I have clicked now, and it has extracted the job description for this role, right? And that is why, that's why you see that my CV, it will extract it again. Yes. So it's telling me that my CV is 68% mark. So that's a red flag. I need to fix some things on my CV, and it has shown me the missing keywords. Now, do I copy the keywords and go add to my CV? What do I have to do? Click on optimize. I'm here now. Do I copy the suggestions and go paste on my CV? No. Just click on generate optimized CV. Right? When you click on optimize, it will optimize a CV that is a better suit for this particular job. Right? So you are not supposed to score 68%. You're supposed to score 90 to 95% if the ATS is going to shortlist you and you're going to get an interview invite. So these are smart ways that we help our interns apply to roles, right? So that's one thing that you need to also bear in mind as you apply to jobs. So we partnered with them, and you can see optimization complete, download CV, and I'm here now downloading my CV. It has downloaded, and I can just copy the content of this optimization, paste it on my CV, my original CV, and then use that pasting. Everything here, just copy and paste. Trust me, it has optimized everything end to end. Just copy and paste everything. Add it to your CV because it has to be in the right format. Add it to your right format CV, which Amdari would have prepared for you, right? And use it to apply here, and you will get a better result, and you stand a chance to get a yes. If I click on this other job, remember that one is called 68% with my CV. I'm using the same CV because this is by default what anybody would do. You use the same CV. Oh, it's business analyst role. You now be using the same CV to apply to all business analyst jobs. Look at my CV for this job now. So it will extract the job description and then analyze here. So it has done that. Now I'm even a better, match for this one because it's 78, but it's still not good. So I still need to optimize. Then I would have to optimize and then, So these are smart ways that we are helping our interns apply better. So I always say, honestly, people who use Amdari, they are the smart job seekers because you don't want to waste time, energy, and effort applying over and over and over, getting the same results, right? So at what point do we get our CVs optimized during the internship? Week 5. During your 5th week, your CV is optimized. and your LinkedIn is also optimized, right? So that by week 6, you start applying to jobs. And that's because we want you to stand a chance to get a job fast, like I said earlier. So we do that by week 5 into the program. So you need to start applying by week 6. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, so I think that brings us to the end of the session, essentially. Thank you all so much for your time on the call today. If you have questions, I'm unable to answer it, please fill the attendance for my colleague as well. We would be more than happy to call you, converse with you, answer other questions we were not able to answer. And yes, you want to also watch the recording of this session, please feel free to fill the form. We will send it to your email, fast and easy. All right. And yeah, thank you all so much for your time on the call. Thank you for staying with us. Yes, Ugochi, have you filled the form? I hope you have. All right. And then for those who are securing their spots, we look forward to having you start the program. So use the link that I shared with us earlier, like I said, to secure your spot. I'll still drop the link again. So if you want to start this Saturday, please feel free. Let me see. That's not the link. So let me drop the link again. I know you already have it, but let me just drop it again. Yeah, so I'm dropping the link one more time. When you receive an email from us, so please feel free. Okay, my colleague has dropped it. Thank you, Jennifer. So thank you all so much for your time on the call today. Have a beautiful, beautiful weekend. Been a pleasure. Oh, it's this Wednesday. Sorry, not weekend yet, please. Have a beautiful Wednesday. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Hamid. Sorry. Thanks, Ayotunde. I hope you join us soon. Thank you, everybody. Bye.